So I drove a little over an hour to Brightside Bamboo, and I hooked up with Dave there, and he sold me this piece of bamboo barrier at quite a good price. I made some initial attempts with the water hose and just running my hand while the water was going. I'm probably going to have to go over it with a rag, just trying to get a lot of the caked on dirt that was on it when I bought it, because I want it absolutely clean when I apply epoxy to it to take care of that split place over there. Let me zoom in. A little hard to see, but right there I think I split the bamboo barrier. So this stuff's going to be a patch, and I'll have more than enough to go on the outside of the inside. I'm going to do some research and find the very best epoxy for gluing plastic on plastic. And once I find that, I'm going to epoxy my epoxy, if you know what I mean. So it's not going to give way. Now, the other thing I did this morning, I'm going to test these guys out. I went ahead and cleaned up an old handy Matic tiller. I put another edge on it, and I'm going to use it to work in that confined space over there behind the bamboo barrier. I don't want to do any more damage. And then my good old trusty edger here, that might be handy to cut away that organic stuff that needs to go away. So let me go and have a check of how my hand tools will do. Okay, I know that you usually need to take a Sawzall to this stuff, and I'm just going to give it a try here, see what happens. Well, that worked pretty good. So I know that I can do some precision cutting with this guy as well. He's still stuck in the ground, so let me go at it with my edger here. Typically, the good way to use an edger is to put your weight into it. Oh, well, that wasn't fun. So let's try it without the weight. Okay, that is not as efficient, but let's see about how it works as far as cutting away all these fibrous root systems. Now see, that's nice, and that's pretty precise. So it just comes away. So with this, I can go in and do a nice cutout around here and here and here. And when I hit these old rhizomes here, I can either go at them with my big Matic, which I'm probably going to put it on the grinder and get it sharper, or I know that this guy here, if I have some good swings on it, There you have it. So these puppies work decent. I wanted to test these guys and see how they're going to work, and I know exactly how they're going to work. And I think what I'm going to do now is squirt some Dawn or some dishwashing liquid on this and get a rag and do a good pre-wipe, and I'm going to rinse it again and see how it comes out. Okay. All right, I scrubbed this down with an old rag and some Dawn. Gotta cut through all the grease and the other crap like that. And I believe this side of the bamboo barrier. This is an overnight dry. Like I was saying, I used that old rag and some Dawn there. I sort of drizzled the Dawn here and there and put some on the rag, and scrubbed really good. And this looks a lot better than it used to. A lot cleaner. There's some places that got a little bit of dirt, but before I bond this to the crack over there, I'll make doubly sure that it's clean. Now, I talked to the guy I got this from, and he said sometimes he bolts, he bonds like the ends together, overlapping with stainless steel screws, but he admitted, and I realized, that over time those screws are going to rust. Now today, after I've had breakfast and all that good stuff, I will come out here with the newly sharpened Mini-Matic and this edger, and I will begin to clear this area out so that I can straighten this up. And once this is cleared out like I like it and lowered down enough for me to put in the wooden platform similar to over there, when that's already prepared, then we're going to begin the adventure of jacking this up. Trying to get things level over here. I've dug all these rhizomes out. I tried to sift through this dirt here with a pitchfork, and I've got all of these rootlets, which I will not be putting back in the ground. So here is what we're looking at. I cut down a pretty good distance into the ground here to try and get a level area. Let me go get a board and check how level it is. I had to stack some rocks up to get an idea where level is. This bamboo barrier, of course, is going to be higher up, maybe about where that rock is. And I can easily add stones or whatever underneath my platform after I get everything ready for it to be built. So that's a good idea of what level will be. And I'll work out a level here in this area. But this is a nice, deep enough cutout hole so that that end of the platform is not too high in the air, and then we're running downhill. So this gives me an idea of what thing I'm going to do. Once that wheelbarrow is empty, I'm going to remove the soil from here to go in that wheelbarrow for later use, because I have to get down into here to continue releasing the pressure so that this can go up straight. So this is weight against the bamboo barrier. I've got to get it up as straight as I can before we lift this stone up. So that'll be the next phase of this lengthy operation of putting steps up into my bamboo area. Cut out some more rhizomes, which I've already thrown away. But this is what I'm looking at, trying to get rid of in here. I hit it with jets of water so I could see what I'm working with. All that's got to be trimmed. These guys got to come out. And then maybe I'll start getting closer to being able to raise this bamboo barrier in a more vertical pile is fashion. Getting bigger in the wheelbarrow. You can see that I've removed a whole lot of the rhizomes and root systems that were in the way. We still have a few things down low that are preventing this from standing up nice and vertical. I'm going to hit it with the jet and blow away some soil and see what the offenders are now. Okay, I hit it with the water jet. I've got a big piece here. This is a regular tree root, because I do have back in here, you can't see it, some hardwoods growing. Here's another rhizome that's got to go, another that's got to go, and one up in there. I might have seen one when I was blowing down under the mud here. Definitely one right there. So I've got a little bit more work to do this Friday afternoon. Got a late start, around 2 o'clock, and I've been able to remove several big rhizomes along in here. I extended my area of work out some, and the method I'm using to cut these rhizomes that are really close to the bamboo barrier is I'm hammering in a piece of wood between it and the barrier, and then I just cut it off here. So I'm going to continue this same procedure out here. I probably will expand the slot that I'm digging out probably right up to the edge of that piece of bamboo, so I can get the maximum ability to straighten up this bamboo barrier. You can see it better now. This is the split that I need to fix. It runs from here to here, and during the work I've got this split here at the top, which I can deal with that later. And expanding my slot to remove resistance for when I try to straighten this. I've come across this double-decker set of hard rhizomes, as well as this third one here that I was able to cut. But the real issue I'm seeing here is this rock is putting a lot of pressure against this wall. And I have done some masonry work and modified stones in the past. So I am going to work at starting a split here and breaking this off. That's my next step. So far, using these two guys, this twisting wedge and this small sledgehammer, I haven't even resorted to the big one, but I'm making headway, and I think that sucker's going to be off and out of the way pretty soon. And I tell you what, if you're doing stuff like this, make sure you got on protective eyewear. Eureka! I was able to crack that guy off, chiseling on the edges, and get him out. So that's removing a lot of the pressure there. Now I can get at these rhizomes and cut them off quite easily. So, be a brute, get it done. This is it for the day. I was able to cut out that stack of rhizomes there. Dug some more dirt out here, down to here. So we've got a good deal amount more play in this bamboo barrier, so that when I lift this guy up level, we will have less resistance. Should work out pretty good. Talked with my wife today as well, that when I get this lifted up and braced with stones or big pavers or bricks or whatever underneath, I'm going to take a crowbar or a big piece of wood, and I'm going to try and bring it out this way a few inches. Maybe. That might not be possible, as heavy as it is. But for right now, I think we look ready to start doing our lifting. I want to get some idea of how high up this end of the stone is going to come once we are level, which is what I'm looking for. So looks like about a 7 1/4. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to lift this guy up 7 1/4 inches. Now I'm going to have to dig a hole underneath it here, deep enough for this jack to go under. And that jack is right at about 7 1/2 inches to get under. Now, I am also not going to sit the jack in dirt. I'm probably going to sit some kind of stone underneath of it. This guy looks pretty good here. So that is right at about 1.75 inches, 1.5 inches. So today I'm going to have to dig out close to 8 inches deep. So that's the goal for today.